But this is the NFL. This is the way the NFL works, and players get moved. So some of your favorite players are gonna be gone. Just look at the Indianapolis Colts. They're for the first time. This is a solid stat. For the first time in history, a quarterback left a team and won the Super Bowl with another team. This has never happened. That's a true stat. Peyton Manning left the Indianapolis Colts because they drafted a younger, stronger player. The Indianapolis Colts right now, I think, I was looking at the playoffs. They're 11 as far as the playoffs. The Broncos are 7. They're 11. The Miami Dolphins are number 6. I'll give you the whole top of the playoffs here in a second too. I know I always try to get ahead. And I always try to get further in what I'm going. So it gets crazy. I get crazy sometimes. I'm gonna check some stats real quick. I was giving you some. What was the stats I was giving you? Oh, on the games, real quick. Let me finish that up, and then as soon as I finish that up, I'm gonna take a real quick break, and I'm going to get the trivia questions ready for you. So let me finish these stats up for the game. And then when I come back, I'll have trivia and I'll have a bio. We'll get into a little bit of the game, and then we'll talk about next week's game, which I'm really excited for because it'll get the Broncos back on a winning game plan, and that's what we need. So the Jaguars, they're coming up. They just lost to the Bills 28-21. You got to remember in the AFC, the rest of the AFC, everybody's fighting for a playoff spot. Yeah, the Broncos are in 7th right now, but they're only half a game out of the 6th spot. And all the Broncos have to do is to get into that 6th spot because they're good enough to beat any of the teams in the AFC. That's how the Broncos are still, yeah. Look at the losses in the AFC. They're only by 3 points. They took a loss to the Raiders, 3 points. They took a loss to the Chiefs, 3 points. The only bad loss they took was to Atlanta, and Atlanta got us with when we had a really rough line. When players shouldn't have even been playing, they had players off the street playing, and our quarterback held up pretty good, Paxton Lynch. That's the guy who should be playing quarterback right now, if you want to know my opinion. There I go. I'm getting another 50 people telling me. Ike, you're crazy, man. Ike, you're crazy. We got Trevor. Roll with him. Nah, same thing. I was going through the same thing last year with Peyton Manning, and I was so upset that they would bench Peyton Manning and put Brent Osweiler in, and Brent Osweiler couldn't read a defense. You could see in Houston he still can't read a defense. But anyway, the Bengals and the Ravens got the game 19-14, and the Ravens are probably going to be in the playoffs, and you know what? The good thing about that, if the Broncos end up the 6th seed, and the Ravens knock off New England, don't be surprised if the Broncos are in the Super Bowl. Okay, the Dolphins beat the 49ers. Everybody's going to beat the 49ers. And then a real surprise is not that the Buccaneers won, Tampa won, but the Seattle Seahawks only scored 5 points. So it's pretty crazy. Excuse me. And then the Patriots and the Jets, everybody in the world was rooting for the Jets yesterday. So the Patriots 22-17. And then here's the big one right here. This was the one that ruined my day yesterday. I was having a really good day, and the Panthers lost to the Raiders by 3 points. So that game was really that game was really upsetting. It was a really upsetting game and pretty crazy. And then of course, everybody knows the Chiefs beat the Broncos 30-27. We got to take it on the chin. That's the way the game goes. That's the business of the game. Hey, Chris, I see you. Thanks for being here for me. I appreciate it, man. On sports, I do a lot of it's not like the music where I could talk or stuff. I do a lot of written stuff, and that way I can repeat it. That way I can know what everything that I'm saying. So fantasy players this week. Shout out to Karen. Thank you, Karen. Every week you never miss a show. I always appreciate it. That you're in. I'm just gonna give a real quick rundown. Drew Brees, of course, Colin Kaepernick, Kirk Cousins, Mark Ingram, Trevor Siemian is fifth, actually. The first time I think he made the top 10 fantasy league. And we'll talk about Trevor Siemian because I'm so upset about it. No, shout out to him. He had a great game. It was an awesome game. Antonio Brown, of course, he's always in the top 10. Ryan Tannehill from Miami Dolphins, who we're battling with for that 6th seed. So it's pretty crazy. Devontae Adams from Green Bay. I thought I was going to see the Kansas City punt returner and kick returner on here. So I'm going to go into a real quick song. When I come back, I'm going to give you a bio, and then I'm going to give you a bio, and and then we're going to get into a little bit about the Broncos this week, because there's a lot of information about the Broncos. So check it out. Chris Stevens, if you're listening, check it out.
I want to give a rundown of the shows coming up this week on KBLP. Tomorrow night you have The Jam with Ike Diaz and Lisa. Monday night is Sports with Ike Diaz. Tuesday morning you have Why the Blues with Cousin Dave. Tuesday night is TWD with Ike Diaz. Wednesday morning is Rolling with the Oldies with Lisa. Wednesday night is The Lounge with Desiree and Anissa. Thursday night is Rockin' 80s Invasion with Lisa. And I'll be back Friday night with Freaks in the Basement. I guess I'll wrap up the show with some more songs. Thanks for listening.
You're back live with Ike Diaz and Ike Diaz with the sports show. I want to give a shout out to Chris Stevens. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I always play the KBLP rundown, and I'm always a day late every time I play it. But I always try to get it in, Chris. Every time I play it, I'm like, oh, that was yesterday. But at least you give the whole week on it. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that we do that. So I had to check some information real quick on some analytics on the Broncos and I had to do make sure my trivia, everything was great. So we can move forward. I'm getting some inboxes already about I'm getting some inboxes about Trevor Siemian because I don't think I'm gonna get into it, but let me finish with the trivia and the other things here. And we'll get to the Broncos. We'll get to the exciting news. So, I'm going to do my bio first real quick. And my bio is on Kayvon Webster. And he didn't play last week. He wasn't listed. But last week he did play. Or this Sunday, but they only played him 2 snaps, so it was kind of weird. I was counting. I was looking at all the snaps on the players that were injured prior. Like I was looking at Aqib Talib's. Of course, he was going to have a lot of snaps. I was looking at Wolf's just the players from the week before. So Kayvon Webster really surprised me because he only had 2 plays, which was kind of odd. But I'll do a quick bio on him. He's number 36. If anybody remembers this, we did have another 36 Webster, but I don't remember what his first name was. If anybody could remember that'd be awesome. If you could write it in the chat for me, that'd be so cool. I was just talking to my son, and my son usually knows all the players, but I don't know what the deal is on this week. I asked him about it, and he was like, I don't know. He's playing his game right now, so they play those Xbox games or whatever. But anyway, so it's Kayvon Webster, and he plays position cornerback, but he also slides into the safety position, the free safety position every once in a while. He was born February 1st, 1991. He's age 25, a young kid. He's from Miami, Florida. His height is 5'11". It's crazy. I see these guys 5'11", and I'm taller than them, and weight 198, and they're out there hitting those big old 6'8" guys. I just laugh at them. I'm like, these guys are nuts. Okay, I was one of those guys too. I was in the training camps. And those guys were big. And at the time, I was only like 185 pounds, so I can't be talking stuff. 6'1", whatever. But it was pretty cool. It was a pretty fun time that we had back then that I got to do. So he was drafted in 2013 from South Florida. His high school was Miami Gardens, Florida Place. He was drafted in round 3. He was picked number 30. His career history is Denver Broncos, of course, drafted 2013 to present. Roster status active as of Sunday because he was injured the week before. Was off the roster last week. So career highlights is of course Super Bowl champion 50. Of course the Denver Broncos are the champions right now. So who cares that New England's number 1 or the Raiders are number 1 in the AFC West or the Chiefs just beat us? We are still the Super Bowl champions. So bow down to some players that are better than you. No, not that are better than you.